Chicago, famous because of its sports, food, and its history, nowadays people feel more attracted to cities like New York, Los Angeles, and Philly, but not a lot of people know about Chicago and how rich it is. Hi, my name is Diego Troncoso, and I'm about to give you a lot of reasons of why Chicago is the best city to visit. We can start with the architecture you can find. You can find a lot of Gothic architecture in Chicago all around the place. This is because this was a popular type of design back then when Chicago was under construction and rising as the biggest city in the United States. Uh, in 1973, Chicago inaugurated the biggest skyscraper in the world for 20 years with a height of 444 meters. In the same building, you can go into an elevator and climb 103 stories or floors and see Chicago up to the highest point. But Chicago is not just buildings, but also famous food. You can try the deep dish pizza basically anywhere, but you'll find the best deep dish pizza in any Giordano's restaurant chain. You can also try the Chicago style hot dog in Portillo's. And also, if you go to the main Portillo's restaurant, you can find a lot of of the old Chicago Museum stuff in here, like the team's flags, wood from the basketball court, and more other stuff. And talking about sports, depending on the season you visit, you can also enjoy the local sports like Chicago Fire if you like soccer, the White Sox and the Cubs in case you like basketball, the Chicago Bears if you like football, the Blackhawks if you prefer hockey, and the legendary Chicago Bulls if you like basketball. The Chicago Bulls is also the team in which the greatest basketball player played during his best seasons. Also, if you attend to any of the last two teams, you will also be going to the biggest stadium in the NBA and the NHL. If you're a big museum fan, you can go to the Film Museum and see exhibitions from Mesoamerica, Old Tibet, Old Egypt, and also enormous exhibitions of dinosaurs. But the main attraction on the museum is that you can find the most complete Tyrannosaurus Rex ever called found zoo, and also the biggest example of a dinosaur ever found called Maximo the Titanosaur. You can go to the Art Institute of Chicago and find a lot of famous paintings like Sunday on La Grande Yatte, Nighthawk, American Gothic, The Bathroom, The Coronation Stone of Moctezuma, the Vincent van Gogh self-portrait, and a ton of Andy Warhol's portraits. You can also go to the famous Chicago Skyline, or the Bean, as a lot of people prefer to call it. This bean was placed so people can see the reflection of it and have a nice look of the city skyline. This was just a quick explanation of how many things you can see and visit in Chicago, but there are a lot of other things it's worth the time to go, like the Mafia tour, in which you can learn more about Al Capone and how he worked. You can go to the Magnificent Mile to go shopping to any kind of store. You can visit the Michigan Lake, the historical Chicago Theater, go to Navy Pier, or go to the Millennium Park and see a free concert in the clean air you can breathe every day. Chicago is also known as the Windy City because of the cold temperatures and how windy it is all the year. And you might want to take some extra hoodies there, but I can promise the experience will be unique.